Have you ever woken up from a dream so vivid, so real, that for a moment you weren't even sure which world you belonged to? Maybe you found yourself walking through streets you've never seen, yet somehow they felt like home. Or meeting people you've never known, but deep down you recognize them. Sometimes in those dreams you make choices that your waking self would never dare. What if those dreams weren't just random images? What if they were glimpses into another version of you, living in a parallel reality? This idea might sound like science fiction, but more and more people are sharing stories of intense, meaningful dreams that feel like more than just sleep. Dreams that seem to carry messages. In this video, we're diving deep into a powerful concept, that certain dreams might actually be messages from another version of yourself. A you who made different choices, walked different paths, and now is reaching across dimensions to show you something important. Maybe it's a warning, maybe it's guidance, maybe it's a reminder of who you truly are. Whatever it is, the key is learning how to recognize these dream patterns, because when you do, it can completely change the way you move through your life. Today, we're going to break down the most common signs that a parallel version of you is trying to send a message through your dreams and how you can start decoding them. We're not just talking Dream Interpretation 101 here. This is about tapping into something far deeper, the hidden connection between your consciousness and the infinite versions of yourself across time and space. If you've ever had dreams that feel just a little too real, too consistent, or too emotionally charged to ignore, you're exactly where you need to be. Stick with me until the end, because by the time we're done, you'll not only recognize the signs, but also understand how to use them to gain real clarity and power in your waking life. Ready to find out what your dreams have really been trying to tell you? Let's dive in. Before we can decode the messages hidden in your dreams, we first need to understand the world where they unfold, the dream realm itself. A lot of people think dreaming is just your brain running random simulations while you sleep. But what if dreams are actually doorways? What if every time you close your eyes at night, a different part of your consciousness wakes up, tapping into something beyond this current version of reality? Ancient cultures certainly thought so. Indigenous Australians, for example, speak of the dream time, a sacred era where the world was created and where time, spirit, and reality are one. In shamanic traditions, dreams are seen as journeys into other worlds. Tibetan monks even practice dream yoga, training themselves to stay conscious inside dreams, exploring other planes of existence with intention and purpose. Modern science, interestingly enough, is starting to catch up. The many worlds interpretation of quantum physics, first proposed by Hugh Everett in the 1950s, suggests that every choice you make creates a new, parallel universe where a different version of you continues living. Think about that for a second. Every decision, every path not taken might actually exist somewhere else, with another version of you walking that road. Now imagine if dreams aren't just personal psychological experiences, but crossovers, brief moments where your consciousness taps into these parallel realities. When you dream of having a completely different job, being in a different relationship, living a totally unfamiliar life, maybe it's not just random. Maybe it's your mind accessing the memories or experiences of another you, someone who chose differently. These dreams often come with a powerful feeling you can't shake, like a strange sense of déjà vu mixed with emotional intensity. They linger long after you wake up, nudging you to pay attention. That's no accident. Understanding dreams as portals to alternate realities changes everything. It means that sometimes the insights you wake up with, those weird gut feelings, those sudden bursts of clarity, aren't just products of your imagination. They're gifts, clues from another timeline. And once you know how to spot them, you can start working with them, using your dreams as a tool to align your life with deeper wisdom. Now that we've opened the door to the idea of dreams as portals, let's get specific. How can you actually tell when a dream is more than just random brain noise? How do you know when it's a message from a parallel version of yourself? Here are 5 major signs to watch for. First sign, repeated dream themes. If you keep having dreams about the same places, people, or scenarios, even when they seem unrelated to your current life, pay attention. Repetition means something. It's like an echo from another timeline, a version of you that's trying to get your attention through familiar imagery, especially if you wake up feeling like you need to remember it. That's a huge clue. Second sign, lucid moments inside non-lucid dreams. Even if you're not fully controlling the dream, if there's a moment where you suddenly know you're dreaming, it's often a sign that your consciousness is interacting with something deeper. It's like your awareness peeks through the veil between realities for a second. Third sign, dreams with emotional intensity that feels out of proportion. Ever wake up feeling way more emotional than the dream itself seemed to warrant? That emotional charge is important. It's your energetic self reacting to something that matters on a deeper level, often a message that's trying to break through normal dream static. Fourth sign, dreams that introduce knowledge you didn't consciously have. Maybe you see a technology that doesn't exist here, or you understand a complex idea out of nowhere. These flashes can sometimes be memories from a timeline where different innovations, decisions, or life paths have unfolded. Fifth sign, a strong intuitive pull after waking. If you feel called to make a decision, shift directions, or reconsider something after a dream, even when it doesn't seem logical, trust that inner nudge. That could be your alternate self offering guidance from a path they've already walked. Recognizing these signs is like learning a new language, the language of your multidimensional self. It takes practice, but once you start noticing these patterns, you'll realize you've been receiving messages all along. All right, you're recognizing the signs. But what do you actually do with these dream messages? How do you move from just noticing to truly understanding and applying what your parallel self is trying to show you? Let's talk about how to decode and integrate these experiences. First step, journal everything immediately. The moment you wake up, before you even check your phone or get out of bed, grab a notebook and write down every detail you remember. Dreams fade fast, even the powerful ones. Capturing the emotions, symbols, and conversations as fresh as possible is crucial. Sometimes the real meaning doesn't hit you right away, but it will reveal itself later as you review patterns. Second step, pay attention to emotional keywords. Don't just focus on the literal scenes of the dream. Ask yourself, how did I feel during the dream? Excited? Trapped? Free? Sad? Those emotional layers often carry the real message from your alternate self, not the surface-level story. Third step, look for symbolic bridges. Dreams love metaphors. A crumbling bridge might represent a relationship ending. A locked door could symbolize an opportunity you're afraid to take. Remember, parallel versions of you communicate through symbols because it's faster and more universal than words. Fourth step, trust the intuitive downloads. Sometimes after a vivid dream, you get a flash of insight about your life. Maybe you suddenly realize it's time to leave a job, end a relationship, or pursue a passion you've been ignoring. Even if it feels random, trust that instinct. Those downloads are the point of the message. Fifth step, act in small ways. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight, but when you get a nudge from your dream experiences, try taking a small aligned action. If you dreamed of living by the ocean, maybe start researching beach towns. If you dreamed of becoming an artist, maybe pick up a paintbrush again. Action strengthens the connection between you and your multi-dimensional guidance. By applying these techniques, you start to weave the wisdom from your dreams into your real life. And when you do, you'll notice your reality shifting, opportunities aligning, synchronicities happening faster, because once you show the universe and your parallel selves that you're listening, the guidance only gets louder and clearer. So what actually changes when you start recognizing and acting on these dream messages from your parallel selves? First, and maybe most powerfully, you start making decisions from a place of deep alignment. Instead of guessing or second-guessing every choice, you begin to feel your way through life with a stronger sense of trust. You realize that guidance isn't just something out there, it's coming from you. A version of you who already knows the terrain ahead because they've lived it. Imagine how different your life could be if you stopped ignoring those subtle nudges. Instead of staying stuck in analysis paralysis, you could move with confidence, knowing you have insights from across realities helping you find your best path. Another huge shift, you start shedding old fears and limitations. When you recognize that your dreams are showing you possibilities where you already are, stronger, freer, happier, it becomes harder to believe the old story that you're not ready or not good enough. You see versions of yourself already thriving, and that reflection empowers you to step into that energy here and now. You also begin noticing more synchronicities, those crazy little coincidences that aren't coincidences at all. A person you need to meet shows up. An opportunity falls into your lap. The right words appear at exactly the right time. This is the universe and your parallel selves responding to your openness, building a bridge between your dreams and your waking reality. Finally, working with dream messages strengthens your inner connection. You start trusting your own intuition like never before. Decisions become smoother. Self-doubt gets quieter. Life feels more guided because it is. The dream world and the waking world aren't separate. They're two parts of one continuous conversation you're having with yourself across dimensions. And when you start listening, everything in your life begins to shift. Now, if you've made it this far, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below sharing a dream that impacted you, maybe a dream that felt like it wasn't just a dream. What did it show you? How did it make you feel? Let's keep exploring these mysteries together, because the more we share, the more we unlock. If this content made sense to you, don't stop here. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future content. Now watch this next video where I'll show you another essential step to transform your reality. I'll see you there.